What's happening, everybody? It's Owen Ogletree of Brewtopia.info again, and Carrie Allen of beerwench.info.
Hello.
And as many of you are aware, we have been privileged enough to pick out the beer pairings for Chops and Hops in Watkinsville, Georgia. It's a great gastropub. And every week and a half, they're doing a new take-home beer dinner where you can shelter in place and still enjoy a fantastic four-course beer dinner. Or there's a wine option too, so check the website for that and you can check out the menu. But we love beer, so we chose the beer, of course. And this is the third new dinner over 4 weeks that Chops and Hops has done. And this one will be available May 1st through the 10th, 2020, of course. And I've got the first entree right here. This is grilled corn with hot honey dressing. That sounds nice. And sweet potato chips. So got a little bit of spicy, got a little bit of corn note in there, and I hope the hot honey dressing, we haven't tried it yet, but I hope it's going to be kind of spicy and zingy. And for that, we've picked out a new Terrapin beer. This is Terrapin High and Hazy IPA. Well, it's got a glare on it.
Shiny can.
Shiny can. But this beer has oats and wheat and is soft and doesn't have a lot of bitterness. The hops are added late in the boil, so it's going to give you a nice little soft, citrusy hop flavor and aroma, but without all the bitterness. And it's got wheat and flaked oats, like I said. And they put the hops in at the very last minute, and it's got a really good range of 4 varieties of tropical and citrusy hops. It's called Terrapin High and Hazy IPA, and that's a local Athens beer because Watkinsville is just a hop, skip, and a jump from Athens. And Carrie's got the next course here.
Hi, guys. So the next course for you guys is going to be venison kabobs with the tomato chili jam. And there's been a lot of asking for a red meat dinner. So there's a couple of courses in this that do contain red meat. Interesting thing, Owen and I don't eat red meat anymore. So how are we doing this dinner? We've been doing beer dinners since about 1995, going to them, hosting them, all that sort of stuff. And a lot of chefs do substitutions for beer dinners. And we've had some good ones and some bad ones. What we were substituted with today was chicken instead of the venison. But with the venison, you're going to get it. It's a nice game meat. I grew up eating deer meat. Loved it until I gave it up. Gave it up for health reasons. And so what we have is a substitute meat. Now, a portobello mushroom or something like that would go really well. You have that earthiness and the texture. And what you're looking for is having the same sides and things like that. So you'll have a similar flavor component with that. We've paired this with Gate City OTP, which is a double IPA. It's an 8% alcohol double IPA with sweet, juicy malt notes, a little bit of honey and pine and fruit and grain, which will actually enhance some of the earthy notes from the venison and bring out some of that tomato chili jam, hopefully complement some of those little spicy flavors with the sweet flavors and bring out the earthiness.
I think that's going to be really good. Double IPAs are more malty and more sweet, more honey-like. This one's from Roswell, Georgia, Gate City Brewing Company, so that's exciting. Okay, and I've got the next pairing. This one's supposed to be a whiskey marinated flank steak with bird nest potatoes. We're not doing the steak, but Chef Ariel at Chops and Hops is so talented and she's so wonderful. She actually did an Impossible burger patty here with the same whiskey sauce and the same cooking style and the same flavorings on there, which I like a good Impossible burger. And normally we've been doing Georgia beers, but the Georgia beer that we had picked out for this, the distributor just couldn't get it to us in time. So we substituted Catawba Brewing Brown Bear Brown Ale. And this is from North Carolina. Big famous brewery, Catawba, which is makes some really nice stuff. And we think that the brown ale, with a little bit of chocolatey note, a little bit of earthy cocoa and caramel and toffee and sort of a toasted malt character is going to go very well with the little slight whiskey notes in the meat and the caramelized character in both. We love a good brown ale with things like this. Okay, lastly.
The last course, of course, is dessert. I don't remember who said it, but someone said life is too short, eat dessert first. You can obviously do it in any way you want. So we have a cheesecake with this one. It's got, it's a white chocolate and blueberry cheesecake with a little blueberry compote to go with it. And the last time we did dessert, we've been kind of pairing them with the darker, richer beers, which are kind of a traditional dessert beer. But you don't have to do that. You can actually do dessert beers, some of the sours, the lambics, the gozas, all those. They can lend themselves to certain desserts. There's really no rule about that. What we chose to go with the blueberry cheesecake is Scattered Sun. This is from Southbound Brewing Company out of Savannah. It is their Vit beer, their white beer, which is a Belgian-style wheat beer made with coriander and orange peel. So we're hoping that some of it's got a sweet malty character, which will complement the sweetness of the cheesecake. But it also has those little bit of spices from the coriander and the orange peel that will kind of cut through the richness and make a really good complement to the dessert. And it's something different. It's a different way of looking at things.
I'm very interested to see how that's going to turn out. But we've got our fingers crossed, and we're going to try them after we turn this video off. And so we're excited. So there you have it. You've got 4 great courses, 3 wonderful Georgia beers, 1 nice, fantastic North Carolina beer. I think these are still $40 a person. You drive up to Chops and Hops and go ahead and order it in advance. So call Chops and Hops in advance. Tell them any day you want to come between May 1st and May 10th. And say what time you're going to be there, what day you want to pick up. They'll have it ready for you, and they'll bring it out to your car so you don't have to get out. And you come home and you have your great beer dinner. I think it's $40 a person or $70 for 2. And there is a wine option as well. So you guys enjoy, eat well, and drink great beer, as Carrie often says.
That's my beer, Wench.
Right. See you next time.